Have you ever looked at a business dashboard, seen a key performance indicator, and found yourself wondering, can I really trust that number? If that sounds familiar, believe me, you are absolutely not alone. Today, we're doing a deep dive into why business metrics often feel so, well, broken and inconsistent. We'll get into the frustrating attempts to fix them and ultimately a pretty revolutionary solution that's reshaping how businesses see their own data.
Yeah, and what's really critical to understand here is that the problem isn't just like the metrics themselves. It's the fundamental, often totally broken way they're currently built. And this broken approach, it's not just some minor inconvenience. It can actively cost organizations millions in misinformed decisions. That's really what we need to unpack today.
Millions. Okay, wow. Can you give us a quick example, something relatable maybe for how that looks in a real business scenario?
Oh, absolutely. Think of a marketing campaign, right? Maybe they're pouring money into a specific channel because one dashboard shows this fantastic return on investment. Looks great. But then another department's report, using maybe slightly different logic for something as basic as customer acquisition cost, shows a negative return. That's not just confusing. I mean, that's actual financial waste, missed opportunities,
Yeah.
all because your metrics aren't speaking the same language.
Hmm.
They're not consistent.
Right. So let's unpack this chaotic landscape a bit more. In most companies today, metric definitions are, well, they're scattered, they're inconsistent, and frankly, alarmingly, they're duplicated across countless teams and tools. You'll often find conflicting or even really outdated documentation for the exact same metric. It's a mess.
It is. And the impact of this is pretty profound. It leads directly to this widespread lack of trust in dashboards. It kind of paralyzes confident decision-making, crucial business logic, the very rules of how your business operates, how it measures success, ends up fragmented. It lives in dashboards, yeah, but also in data notebooks, buried in scattered SQL files all over the place. This makes it incredibly hard to track, incredibly easy to duplicate by accident, and nearly impossible to manage consistently as the business grows. There's no shared logic, really, no central governance.
Okay. Now, for years, the promise of a single source of truth often pointed towards something called a semantic layer, sort of like a universal dictionary for all your business terms, right? Designed to translate raw data into meaningful, consistent metrics. Sounded perfect on paper, didn't it?
It really did sound like the answer, but that's where the reality hits hard. You see, while general AI, like large language models, has made incredible leaps, it often doesn't inherently understand your unique, bespoke business rules, your company's specific way of doing things. So trying to manually build that intelligence into a traditional semantic layer, honestly, it's just too much work, too complex, and frankly, too expensive for most teams to even really attempt it properly. These layers demand months of setup, rigid modeling, constant enforcement, endless maintenance. Most teams either skip them entirely or, they give up halfway through. Who has the time or resources for that kind of overhead?
Right, the upkeep alone sounds exhausting. Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting. What if that semantic layer, the very foundation of your data definitions, could essentially build itself and do it like within minutes and stay perfectly up to date in real time? That sounds almost magical. But let's be realistic. What are the common pitfalls or maybe misconceptions people have when they first hear about something this transformative?
That's a great question. And it speaks to the leap in technology we're talking about. We're just so used to these things being incredibly hard. But that's precisely where this concept of the autonomous semantic graph comes in. And it's not magic, it's intelligent automation. Imagine if your business data had its own incredibly smart, self-organizing brain. That's basically what this is. It doesn't just store data definitions. It understands your business's unique rules, your logic, how you actually define success, right down to the most granular components of each metric and how they all relate to each other.
Wait, hold on. So it learns your specific custom rules automatically.
Oh.
That's incredible. I mean, I've seen countless hours wasted just trying to codify that stuff manually. This feels like a game changer.
It absolutely is. This graph, it maps your entire metric logic in your data catalog within minutes. It's like having an AI data architect working constantly, 24/7, ensuring every number from every department tells the exact same trustworthy story in real time. It can automatically recommend the right metric based on your business context or even infer a new one if needed. And it detects and resolves conflicts using intelligent versioning. This means it doesn't just keep creating new definitions. It intelligently reuses existing trusted building blocks of your data logic. Think of it like a really smart Lego set for your metrics, where every piece is perfectly engineered, documented, and reusable. It avoids redundant work and guarantees that consistency we've been talking about.
Okay, so let's translate this. What does this all mean for you, the listener, running your business or analyzing data? It means your definitions aren't lost or static anymore. They actually build on each other. They become living, evolving entities. Every definition, every metric you've ever created, instead of sitting forgotten in some spreadsheet, now becomes a fundamental building block for future insights. This allows analyses to be built upon and easily extended by anyone in the organization, maybe even just by asking simple natural language questions. The goal here is pretty clear. No more conflicting metrics, no more AI making mistakes because the underlying logic is flawed or misunderstood. Just one shared evolving source of truth that's fast to set up, genuinely easy to trust, and ready to grow right alongside your business. So we've really gone from this world of fragmented, untrustworthy data to potentially a unified, reliable source of truth that actually understands your business.
Exactly. And what's truly transformative here, I think, is how this shift allows every single metric to be interpreted the exact same way, automatically, consistently. It makes your business logic genuinely understood and applied across the board, constantly evolving with your needs. Just consider for a moment how that could empower your organization to make decisions with a level of confidence that maybe wasn't possible before.